Hi again then guys, and so we've got another GranTurismo 6 top speed tune for you today, and as you'll have seen from the title of the video, this is a version 2.0 tune, which is basically the way that from now on I'm going to be referring to my updated tunes. So basically what's happened is I kind of went on a bit of a tuning spree yesterday, updating my Le Mans cars, and as it turns out I've actually made quite a few of them around 5 to 10 miles per hour faster than they already were. So, in other words, my top 15 Le Mans car list is immediately out of date. So basically, I'm going to try and get all these updated Le Mans car tunes out over the next week or so, and then re-release the top 15 video with the amended top speeds. So, for this one, this is the Peugeot 908 diesel, of course, and this tune works for both the Team Oreca and the standard version. So, you want your racing soft tyres. For suspension, you want the rear ride height as low as possible, and the front 10mm higher. Springs, we've rounded down to 17 front and rear. For compression, you want 1, extension 3, anti-roll as low as possible, no camber and no toe. For the gearbox, you want the highest possible auto setting. Then I believe, because I did so many of these yesterday, but I believe I did the gearbox flip to get these gears. I think I may have flipped it from 4,000. If I remember correctly. So then, for any of you who already know how to do that, obviously you know how to do that, but click it down and up one on the auto settings, then you'll be able to reach these gears of 2.7, 1.7, 1175, 875, 650 and 475 with a final drive of 3.8. For the diff, same as always, low initial torque, high acceleration and low braking. You want your high RPM turbo, of course, and your downforce obviously set to the minimum. Traction control is, as always, turned off. And so it was quite fun, actually, updating these tunes yesterday. I don't usually update as many tunes in one go as I did, but I just kind of went on an inspired spree of tuning, and it turns out that many of the Le Mans cars that I thought weren't that good are actually a lot quicker. Or, in some cases, cars which I really like actually turn out to be even quicker than I thought they were. In the case of this model, my existing tune did 280 under its own power, and as you can see, this tune is absolutely flying past 280. In fact, this tune cruises at 291. Now, you can make it even quicker. If you raise the front suspension a little bit more and make some minor changes to the gearbox, you can get it to cruise at about maybe 293, 294 instead. But be warned, it will not turn on the corner, so I would not recommend doing that. With this tune that I've fitted, it cruises at 291 and it can take the corner at around 285 or so. So perfect, really, for this car. Now, as far as draft potential, because this is a pure top speed tune for the car on its own, you don't have very much. You've only got around 500 RPM of draft potential because it redlines at about 7,000. So you're only going to be able to slipstream this up to maybe just over 300. So if you do need it for draft potential, like for going up against supercars, which incidentally now this car can, then I would obviously recommend lowering the final drive to maybe 3.5 or 3.6 instead of 3.8. Then you'll be able to slipstream it to more around the 315, 320 mile per hour region, because it's certainly got more than enough power, torque and aerodynamics to do that. As far as handling, as you can see, takes the corner perfectly, unlike a car which is usually this fast would be able to do with a raised front end. So yeah, I'm really proud of this tune. I plan to use it a lot more, seeing as the Peugeot 908 is kind of one of those cars which was never as quick as I thought it could be, and it turns out I was right. So, if you decide to use this tune, obviously I hope you find it helpful, and it is definitely competitive within the Le Mans class. And one final piece of advice is I would be very careful about how much draft you use entering a corner, because although this car can turn in the high 280 region, if you try and take a corner at 300, the heavy handling will work against you more, so be aware of that. But, as always, thanks for watching.